Saturday Night Podcast. Tonight we've got something interesting to talk about. It's called the Lawson family murders. You don't want to miss it. Hang tight, guys. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, that's the Lawson family right there. And we're going to talk about what happened. They are from North Carolina. So it says the murder of the Lawson family refers to a place that happened in North Carolina. Place was known as Germation, North Carolina. I believe I'm saying that right. I think. Anyway, let's give you a little background about who they are and what they're about. In 1911, Charles Lawson married Fanny Manning, with whom they had 8 children. The third, William, was born in 1914 and died of an illness in 1920. In 1980, following the move of his younger brothers, Marion and Elijah, to Germationtown, North Carolina, Lawson followed suit with his family. Lawson worked as a tobacco farmer, saving up enough money, and by 1927, to buy their own farm on Brook Cove Road. 1929, though, move a little further ahead, a couple of years. Prior to Christmas of that year, Lawson, who was 43, his wife Fanny was 37, and their 7 children, Arthur, who was 19, Mary 17, Carrie 12, Maybelle 7, James 4, Raymond 2, and Mary Lou 4 months old. And they went into town to get new clothes and to do a family portrait. This would have been an unusual occurrence for a working class rural family of that era, which has led to speculation that Lawson's act was premeditated. Posthumously, it was speculated that he had impregnated his eldest daughter, Mary, who was 17. Lawson, having purchased his own farm 2 years previous, however, together with that fact that an Associated Press wire that went out the day of the murders characterized Lawson as a well to do farmer, it would make a pre Christmas shopping spree appear pretty reasonable. On the afternoon of December 25th, Lawson first shot his daughters, Carrie and Maybelle, as they were sitting out on their uncle and aunt's porch. He waited for them by the tobacco barn until they were in range, shot them with a 12-gauge shotgun, then ensured that they were dead by bludgeoning them to death. He placed the bodies in the tobacco barn. Afterwards, Lawson returned to the house and shot Fanny, who was on the porch. As soon as the gun fired, Mary, who was inside, screamed, while the 2 small boys, James and Raymond, attempted to find hiding places. Lawson shot Mary and then found and killed the 2 boys. Lastly, he killed the baby Mary Lou. It was thought that she was bludgeoned to death as well. After the murders, he went into nearby woods and several hours later shot himself. The only survivor of this was the eldest son, who was 19. His name was Arthur, whom he had sent on an errand just before committing the crimes. Now, I'll stop there a second. I don't really understand why he more or less spared him. Honestly, I don't know. Was it to carry on the family name? Honestly, I don't know. But anyway, for some reason, Arthur got spared. The bodies of the family members were found with their arms crossed and rocks under their head. The gunshot signaling Lawson's own suicide was heard by many people who had already learned of the murders on the property and had gathered there. A police officer who was with Arthur ran down to discover Lawson's body, along with letters to his parents. As footprints encircled the tree, it was supposed that he had been pacing around the tree prior to taking his own life. Now, there's some theories behind this. We're going to get into the theories about what happened. And as I said, one of the biggest things I have asked or questioned is, why did Arthur survive? Why did he want him to survive? I've never read anywhere where people have tried to guess why he was spared, but anyway, no theories on that. But we're going to talk about theories of motive. And one of them was his head injury, Charlie's head injury. Months before the event, Lawson had sustained a head injury. Some family and friends theorized that it altered his mental state, and it was related to the massacre. They're thinking that could be the case. However, an autopsy at Johns Hopkins University Hospital found no problems with his brain. So there's that. Okay, the other theory that we talked about just a little bit ago was the fact that Mary, his daughter, was pregnant by him. It was not until the book White Christmas, Bloody Christmas was published in 1990 that claimed that of Charlie's sexual abusing Mary surfaced, being with an anonymous source who had heard rumors during a tour of the Lawson home shortly after the murders. The day before the book was published, the author received a phone call from Stella Lawson, a relative who had already been interviewed for the books. Stella said that she had overheard Fanny's sister in law and aunts, including Stella's mother, Jetty Lawson, discussing how Fanny had confided in them that she had been concerned about a relationship between Charlie and Mary. Jetty died in early 1928, meaning Fanny had been suspicious of incest at least that long before the murder, so at least a year. More support of that theory was revealed in the Meaning of Our Tears, published by the same author in 2006. So in 2006, this same author, as I said, close friend of Mary Lawson, Ellie Mae, came forward and discussed that a few weeks before Christmas 1929, Mary confided in her that she was pregnant by her own father, and that both he and Fanny knew about this. Many thought that this was also what led to the massacre. So those are a few theories right there, a couple of theories at least, into why this possibly happened. And honestly, I don't really know. Um, it apparently didn't have a head injury, according to what John Hopkins had found. So if that was the case, the whole entire thing of an incest relationship between the father and daughter makes more sense as to probably why he did it. Unfortunately, I mean, so many of these young people who and the wife was murdered, and this is really a story that kind of it can really bother you to see so much potential of young people being murdered. I mean, they had their whole lives ahead of them. A 4th month old all the way up to a 17-year-old, and the only one to survive was the 19-year-old. So I don't know really the whole reason why. Maybe one day I'll be able to investigate out there, and maybe we can get some answers through an investigation. But until then, let me know what you think. Comment below at what you think caused this murder to happen. I want to thank you all for being here tonight. And until next time, God bless. See you soon.